Namaskar Friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. In this video, we will have our discussion on the upcoming full moon, which is going to be taking place on June 14th on Tuesday in the Scorpio sign and within Scorpio in the Jyeshtha Nakshatra. So now friends, as you know this thing that full moon tend to remain a time when our emotions, when our feelings tend to remain very ripe, very impressionable. And over and above that friends, just because we follow these sciences on my channel through Vedic rituals, through Vedic principles. So we are right now in the Hindu lunar calendar like month of the Jyeshtha. And ever since moon has started its waxing journey in the Shukla Paksha, each day, each tithi has got its own distinctive advantage or significance attached to it. Like the Dashmi of this same Shukla Paksh was attached with the incarnation of the goddess Ganga. Like Ekadashi is being connected with the Lord Vishnu. It is also being celebrated as the Nirjala Ekadashi and also the incarnation of the Gayatri Mantra. So because of which friends, like when we talk about this Jyeshtha Mas Purnima, it has also got its own attached significance, which we will try to understand in this video. And friends, just because basis my own personal experience on these kind of intuitive or psychic combination, sometimes even I get surprised when I receive the comments like as per the participation which I see on my videos or the kind of people who book their reading with me. Like I generally attract, and if I were to share the statistics with you guys, so a lot many Venus and Driven people, they book their reading with me, or people with a prominent Ketu in their chart. Like imagine those kind of intuitive yogas, that someone who has got like exalted moon in the 12th house being a Gemini rising, and moon is conjunct with Ketu in the 12th house, or someone who is a Sagittarius rising and Jupiter exalted in the 8th house and conjunct with Ketu, or some people who have like moon in the 8th house but in the psychic nakshatras like Sadbisha, Ashwini. So sometimes even I feel so inferiority complex that oh my god, these people are gifted with so many good yogas in their chart. With this kind of yoga, they can actually accelerate their spiritual progress. But the only concern over here is that friends, what could be a gift for you that if not utilized properly, those energies can also become detrimental for you as well. Because when we talk about these kind of alignments like the time of eclipse, time of full moon, new moon, and specifically any influence of Scorpio, so these tend to remain the time when people feel like, specifically people with these kind of combinations in their chart, they feel very agitated, anxious, like kind of being detached. So many things like take place as a form of changes in their subconsciousness, in their surrounding environment. So it becomes very important that you should be keeping a tap that whenever these kind of combinations or alignments taking place in the transit, how you're going to plan yourself, prepare yourself, or protect yourself. So now friends, to begin with, like the way I was telling it to you, that as per our Hindu lunar calendar, this Jyeshtha Purnima is celebrated as honoring the goddess Savitri. So like in our Vedic rituals, goddess Savitri has been propitiated as the epitome or the perfect example of a divine pure wife. Like because there has been those mentioned in our scriptures that her husband, like which was Satyavan, he got dead, and Devi Savitri, she kept on praying and worship to the god of death of Kal, which is the Yamraja, Yama. She kept on praying for the safety and well-being or bringing her husband back from the death. So she kept on praying and worshipping for 3 days to the Lord Yama, and finally Lord Yama spared the life of Savitri's husband. So because of which in India, as per the Hindu philosophy and belief, there is this ritual which gets followed that all the married women, they worship goddess Savitri on this day. And there is also this tradition and ritual of the worship of the banyan tree, the Vat Vriksha, which is being considered as the embodiment of the Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. So all these kind of rituals which are generally being followed by the married women in India is done on this day of the Jyeshtha Purnima. Now friends, it hardly matters whether you believe in Hindu rituals or not, but just because all of the Hindu rituals are being aligned with the cosmos, with the principles and the cycles of the nature. So let's say, for example, even no matter whether your religion is Hinduism or not, you believe in Hinduism or not, but I would say that staying respectful towards your husband, towards your partner, or just praying, like just on this day, doing in your morning prayers, asking and praying for the well-being of your spouse, of your partner, of your husband, can be seen as a good way of channelizing the energies of this Jyeshtha Purnima or this upcoming Purnima. Now friends, if you want to understand the influence on a psychological way, so now friends, the good part about this full moon is that just because it is taking place in the Scorpio sign, so during this time Scorpio is receiving aspect from both Jupiter and Saturn. So now, as you know, that Jupiter, which is right now transiting in the Pisces sign, so the presence of Jupiter in the Pisces, now that hardly matters what moon sign is yours or what is your rising sign. Jupiter's placement in the Pisces sign in itself is a eligibility or provision of accessing that deeper level of compassion and spiritual bliss. And friends, Saturn is also right now transiting in the Aquarius sign. Now Aquarius is a sign which is considered as the Mool Trikona sign of the planet Saturn. Planet Saturn, which is the significator and which is the symbol of the Adhyatma, of the spiritual potential prospect. So I would say friends that just because Scorpio is receiving the aspect both from the Jupiter, which is well placed, Saturn, which is also well placed, and over and above that friends, this full moon is going to be taking place in the Pisces Navamsa. So only if you can work on the diverting your energies towards your spiritual progress, towards doing dhyana, yoga, meditation, rather than getting swayed by the surge of the emotions. So that is one thing which I wanted to say as a part of this upcoming full moon, which has got its own attached pros and cons. So pros is for all those people who are spiritually inclined, who look forward to these kind of sensitive alignments in the transit, when they can do the mantra, japa, and like the way friends I was telling it to you, not only this full moon becomes important for all those women who are in relationship and they want to pray for the well-being of the sustenance of their relationship or for the well-being of their partner, but over and above that friends, this full moon can also be seen as very auspicious for charging of any of your gemstones, any of your amulet, or whether you use tarot cards or anything. So this specific full moon can be seen as very powerful, very potent for charging up all of those amulets and ratnas or things of spiritual medium which you have in your possession. So these are the few things friends which I wanted to say. So these are the pros, and cons are definitely people are going to feel agitated, people are going to feel anxious. So I do not want you guys to take your energies towards intoxication, for any sort of relapse towards the drugs and overindulgences. So try to be on the spiritual side at the time of the rise of this upcoming full moon. So okay friends, now after getting a brief idea overview about this upcoming full moon, let's try to understand the influence of this full moon on all the 12 zodiac signs. So now let's say for example friends, if your moon sign is of Aries, so now this full moon is going to be impacting you in your 8th house related matters. So definitely friends, I am a very optimistic person. I'm not looking at this full moon as a time of vulnerability for you, because of Jupiter's aspect coming from your 12th house, Saturn's aspect coming from your 11th house. It is a very good time for doing the japa, meditation, yoga, and whomsoever your Ishta Devta is, just repeating the mantra, being devoted and connected towards your Ishta Devta. And lastly friends, like any sort of connection with the nature or going for therapeutic, rejuvenating activities, relaxing activities, going for any spa, any sort of relaxing things or engagements can be seen as very right way of channelizing the energies of this upcoming full moon. Now friends, for the Taurus moon people, now definitely friends, in your case this energy is going to be influencing straight away on the matters of your 7th house. So now it becomes more important for you guys to, in your morning prayers, in your morning puja, ritual or worship, I would say just pray for the well-being of your partner, of your marriage, sustenance of your marriage, well-being of your marriage. And I would also say this thing, that even if you are single, just because there is so much good omens which has been attached towards this Purnima, specifically pertaining to the matters of the matrimonial life. So even if you are single, just pray for the getting a very right ideal match for yourself, right partner for yourself, and trust me, the universe is definitely going to respond to all of your prayers. Now for the Gemini moon people, friends, in your case, friends, this full moon is going to be impacting your sixth house connected matters. So again, friends, try not to feel very agitated, because compared to the these kind of esoteric alignment getting formed in other Dushtana Bhava like 8th house, 12th house, they still holds this key to shower the spiritual and divine bliss. But when we talk about this 6th house, many times it makes people overwhelmed with the pressure, with duties, with responsibilities, and leave the person very strained. So I would say that balance your life accordingly. Try not to undertake so much in your hands which you cannot manage. Try to delegate responsibility, allocate it to your juniors, to your team members, rather than shouldering the responsibilities of everyone and then feeling drained up at the end of the day. So these are the only things which I want to say over here. Now friends, for all the one last thing, friends, any sort of charities, donation done on this day, because like the way we say this thing, that any sort of donations done at the time of the new moon goes towards our ancestors, and any sort of donations done at the time of the full moon generally tend to remain very good for our own mental spiritual well-being. Moving ahead, friends, now for all the Cancer rising people, so you are the people who always feel the majority and the maximum impact of any full moon or new moon. So now friends, in your case, this is going to be influencing your 5th house, can be seen as a very good time for any sort of sadhana, spiritual practices, praying for the well-being of your partner, for the well-being and sustenance and happiness of your relationship, of your marriage. So from overall perspective, friends, because 5th house is something from where we see your devotion towards your Ishta Devta. So any sort of prayers and worship done on this day, any japa, mantra recitation done on this day can be seen as a very good sign of a good spiritual progress. Friends, for the Leo moon people, friends, in your case, this like full moon is going to be influencing the matters of your 4th house, which is a little bit vulnerable energy, because this is the energy which can make someone feel very like a vulnerable emotionally, mentally, unrest, not at ease, feeling agitation. So just try to keep things balanced. Try not to lash out at people within your domestic life, within your family environment. And let's say, for example, if you are on a verge of taking any important decision connected to the matters of the 4th house, like booking a home, buying a house, buying a vehicle, or any of those sort. Now again, friends, when I say these things, suggestions do not get applicable for all those people who do this as a part of their living. If you're a realtor, I'm talking about people who are about to sell a house or buy a house or move to a new place. So try to avoid a day before and after the time of this full moon energy. Try to keep your day a little bit light, take refuge in naturotherapy, go out for a walk, and if you can manage to take out time for meditation, that can be seen as a very good sign, good way of channelizing the energies. Now friends, for all the Virgo moon people, so now friends, in your case, this full moon is going to be influencing your 3rd house. So definitely, friends, 3rd house tells about our courage, our initiatives, our efforts. So if you are not sure about something, try not to initiate during this time. Second thing is that driven by impulse or whims, or where the information or the kind of data which you have right in front of you, whether you have to take some important decision pertaining to your profession, pertaining to your skill, or whether it's about any relationship management with your friends, with your siblings. So I would say try to keep the day light. It is not a very good day to be very judgmental, coming to any conclusion, drawing the lines. Try to keep the day as light as possible. Now friends, for all the like Libra moon people, so now friends, in your case, this full moon is going to be influencing the matters of your 2nd house. So definitely, friends, like let's say, for example, whatsoever is happening in the matters of your close immediate family ties, or in the matters of your finances, this is not a very good energy to get stressed on the account on the development of the matters of your finances. Rather, I would also say, friends, that any sort of donation done on this day will definitely bring some good merit, good karma, and the charities done by you, not only it's going to protect your mental health well-being, but also protect your matrimonial life very intact, and is going to give you good blessings as well. Now friends, for all the Scorpio moon people, so now friends, in your case, it is going to be influencing right over there in your 1st house. house. So definitely friends, like I would say that because I've already explained the importance of this like full moon, specifically because of the aspect which is coming from the planet Jupiter, and that too friends, in your case the aspect of Jupiter is also coming from a very blessed house, like which is from the 5th house. And friends, I have also mentioned this thing, this like full moon is taking place in the Pisces Navamsa as well, within the Jyeshtha Nakshatra. So because of which friends, strong spiritual potential. Try not to be very it's like any sort of speculation, any sort of agitation or sudden impulsive decision needs to be curbed. The more meditative, introvert, calm, inward you are going to be, the better you will be able to understand the divine energies of bliss around you. Like the way friends, we say this thing, only when your mind is quiet you can listen to your soul. So try to take out time for meditation on this auspicious day. Now friends, for all the Sagittarius moon people, so now friends, in your case this full moon is going to be impacting the matters of your 12th house, which is a highly esoteric combination. Now again friends, I do not know how much priority you give towards your spiritual progress, towards the mantra, japa, meditation. So I would say that if you are inclined towards all these activities and lifestyle, trust me, it's a very blessed time for you. But let's say for example, if in your lifestyle there is nothing which is connected with your spiritual progress, dhyana, meditation, japa, bhakti towards your Ishta Devta, and your lifestyle hovers around or borders around indulgences, alcohol, intoxicants and all of that, so the impact is definitely going to be very strong. So I would say that keep your day light, try not to indulge into any important major decision or major investment or spending just close to the energy of this full moon. Now friends, for all the Capricorn moon people, so now friends, in your case the energy of this full moon is going to be impacting the matters of your 11th house. So now friends, first thing is that try not to be very quick to come to any conclusion the way life is progressing for you, because friends, like the way we know the energy of the Jyeshtha, which has everything to do with the seniority, and these are the few things which generally comes naturally to the Capricorn people who want to be the boss, who want to reach the top of their chosen craft or field. And over and above that, this Scorpio energy taking place in your 11th house, so try not to be coming to very quick conclusion the matters of your career growth, your career graph progress and all of that. Rather, I would also say friends that like any important collaboration, signing up contracts, agreement, giving your word, final nod to someone, so try to keep it light, like try not to be in a rush to give your commitment, give your word on any important decision, specifically at the time when the energy will be rising of this full moon. And I would also say this thing friends, that generally any sort of influence or involvement which takes place in the 11th house, that is considered as a very good energy of doing things in a collective fashion. So like I keep on seeing these things, like there have been so many groups on Instagram or even around the Vancouver, I see people doing yoga in group and meditation in group, full moon dance, full moon rituals and all of that. So if you are a part of any group, so I would say indulging into those group chanting, group meditative practices can be seen as a very good energy of channelizing these energies of this upcoming full moon. For the Aquarius moon people, so now friends, in your case the full moon energy is going to be influencing the matters of your 10th house and the 4th house. So now friends, as you know this thing, that 10th house which tells about our profession, which tells about our relationship with the authority figures and the bosses and all of that. So now friends, like try to keep the day light, try not to be in that mode of confrontation or being very judgmental or lashing out or giving outburst. And moreover friends, like the way I always say this thing, the only difference between the energies of the new moon and the full moon is that our emotions, our instinctual response tend to remain bit inward at the time of the new moon, but at the time of the full moon it tend to remain extrovert outwardly. So be very observant the way your instinctual responses are guiding you, the way your body is responding to any sort of external circumstances, because friends, trust me, if you are a very intuitive and psychologically or emotionally or psychic driven person, so trust me, your body, your inner gut feel know what is good for you, what is right for you. And lastly friends, for all the Pisces moon people, so now definitely friends, nothing better than the time period or the alignment for the Pisces moon people, because friends, in your case this full moon is going to be influencing the matters of your ninth house, which can be seen as a very good sign. So for any sort of meditation, religious austerity, or like the way I have already mentioned this thing, like for the married woman and people who are aspiring or praying for the well-being of their relationship or finding the right suited partner for themselves. So any sort of prayers or worship done on this day can actually bring some very good results. And also friends, apart from the yoga, meditation, I would also say this thing that Scorpion energy, and that to the kind of alignment where your ascendant lord and Saturn is also expecting in transit this natal moon in the moon in the transit. So I would say that prayers, meditation, worship, resolution, all these things can actually bring some very good results or could actually accelerate your spiritual progress or journey at the time of this full moon. So these are the few things friends which I wanted to say as a part of this Jyeshtha Mass full moon, which is taking place on June 14th for all the moon signs. For further more updates and notifications on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like my Facebook page. And